What's going on, everybody, and welcome to another episode of TNC Reacts. Today is Tuesday Thoughts, and we're going to be talking about how social media is controlling the language. Now, if you do not understand what I mean, this is actually something that's been going on for quite some time, but it is just outlandish at this point. And what I mean by that is, if you go online, especially like on TikTok right now, you can go into these debate rooms, have conversations, but certain verbiage can either get you kicked out of the room or the actual page will get shut down because they are controlling the language. So I'll give you a prime example, like how people will actually talk on there, and it's so much coding that it actually becomes dumb at a point because we all know what's being said, but it's not deterring it. They just find new ways to use the words, and what, you're gonna keep doing it for everything. But here's how it goes. BLK, which stands for black. YT stands for white. If somebody wants to themselves, they call it unaliving, right? And you can't say what happens at the schools when these people go in and, you know, take people out. You got to say pume pume. I mean, it's just madness, but it's a early form of controlling the language, and we are submitting to it, obviously, because we're trying to keep our channels from being removed. But it becomes a problem when it's not really helping anything, because what it shows is that wording has power, wording has meaning, but at the same time they're trying to X out stuff that really doesn't make sense. Like, why can't you say these words? Oh, because they're possibly detrimental to somebody's psyche. So saying it a different way is not going to cause that problem either, because as long as you know the alternative word, it would still have the same power behind it. So for me, on the opposite end of just looking at it, it just comes off idiotic at this point, because what difference is it making? I don't think it's making any difference, because if I'm able to understand what you're saying with the quote unquote alternative word, I still understand what you're saying, so it's still the same meaning behind it. I just sounded like I repeated myself, but that is just the truth of the matter. It doesn't make sense. And I've seen pages actually get cut off like instantly, depending on what word you say. Like, you say a word that you didn't even know was a problem, and then all of a sudden the page has been cut off, because they really watch pages. Now, they don't do it across the board, because it's probably impossible to do, but there are pages that do get watched, and they definitely will censor your stuff, and that should be a problem to anybody. Like, we should not be okay with censorship from all across the board, because let's be honest, you know, the idea of freedom of speech doesn't mean freedom of consequence, but you still should have the opportunity to say what you want to say. And some of this stuff, it's like, okay, this is YouTube. If I'm marking it for people that are 18 and up, we're all adults. We can handle the English language or the verbiage that is used on that particular channel. Why should I change it or modify it to do what? It's not going to change the outcome. You know, it's just changing how I deliver it. But the outcome is still going to be the same, you know. And I made it to where kids can't get to my page, but I still have to tailor it for adults, which is even stranger, because, you know, I think that we're running towards a very dangerous end, and we don't really see it coming, because we're all trying to get a hustle on, get our videos out, and trying to, you know, make it happen. But realistically, this is just the beginning of a very bad path where a lot of things are going to be censored. You're not going to be able to post certain videos because they're not going to like a word that was used, so your entire video will get shut down, or your page will get shut down. You know, there's only so much tailoring you can do before they start just causing you problems across the board. But I don't know. Let me know what y'all think down in the comments section. Am I reaching? Has the controlling of the language become overbearing? But I don't know. Let me know what y'all think down in the comments section, and be on the lookout for more videos. All right, everybody. Peace.